Good. Good. Good job. Hey everyone, we're back. We're going to talk about visual flexion today. We have Pika here, and I have my medium whip, which is a long whip with no tail on the end. It just has a little tiny lash. So what we're going to be doing is using our visual pressure to move her neck and shoulders and her haunch. So if you have already worked on the physical pressure flexions, moving her body, that is a prerequisite, and I highly recommend doing that, or this will not make as much sense. So do that first, and then we can work on this exercise. So I'm going to stand in front of her for the first step. I'm going to take my whip in the hand that is not holding the rope, okay? Now, the direction I would like her shoulders to go first, that's the side that I want to hold the rope. And in the other hand, I will have the whip. So I'm going to move her shoulders to my right. What I'm going to do first is take a step pointing in that direction. The second thing I'm going to do is raise my hand, and you can see her head is already tipping that way just because of the sliding of the halter. And now I'm going to bring my whip up as a wall, and I'm going to go up and down to ask her to step this way, and if that doesn't work, I can go towards her until it taps her shoulder and she makes a change. That was so good. Super job. Now all of the work leading up to this has really built a foundation to have this come very easy to her. I haven't worked on her with this before, but the things that we've done between the physical pressure, visual pressure backup, this is going to make a lot of sense and fall into place easily. And you'll find if you continue to follow the steps in order, that will continue to happen. So now I would like her to go to the other side. I'm going to take my rope up and over my whip, reach under, and take my whip to the other side. This is the best way without bringing that whip up and over and frightening them or making it look like you're asking for something else. Now the whip is in my right and the rope is in my left. I want her shoulders to go to my left. So I'm going to get the tail out of the way here first of all. I'm going to take a step first in that direction. Next, I'm going to bring the rope in that direction. The next thing, I'm going to bring the whip up, first up and down. Yes, and now I hardly had to do anything. I'm going to take another step to see if we can finish that shoulder yield, that flexion. That's perfect. That's so good. Very, very nice. Again, the rope goes over the whip. Switch the whip to the other side. Take a step. Raise the hand. Bring up the whip. Yes, that's so good. Beautiful. What a good job. Super. Now, we can continue if we want to do more steps by walking with her in this half circle, continuing to push the shoulders all the way around. That's good job. That's really nice. Yeah, super. I'm going to walk backwards just to get her a little bit more organized here. Okay. And now we're going to ask her to go to my left. So I'm going to take a step, bring up the hand. Now we hardly had to use that whip. That was so good. What a good girl. Very nice. And the goal is to just really use our body language with this. So if we need our horses to move, suggesting it in our body, yes, is a great way to do it. Very, very nice. Super job. All right, now let's move to the haunch. We want to be able to move that haunch independent of the front legs. Now, I'm going to stand a little bit of like an arm's length away from her shoulder here, and facing her haunch with the rope in the hand closest to her and the whip in the hand farthest from her. Okay? I'm going to take that step. Remember, the core tells her which body part we're intending on moving. My step says move. I'm going to bring my whip up visually, make some energy in the air, walk with her if she moves until she goes sideways. That's so good. Very nice. Super job. Again, we come out to the side, arms length away, take one step, visual pressure. Bring my left hand up. If she's going to go forward, which she's doing okay. Aha! Or if she gets too close to us, this hand can also use our physical pressure to remind her she's got to stay back. Very good. I don't want my toes stepped on. That's excellent. We're going to try again here. Arms length away. Help her remember to stay up there and not forward. Now, what did I do just here? This is a great movement. If your horse tries to move forward, keep your feet still. Don't go lunging for them. Just simply bring this whip behind and stop that forward movement. And you can go right back to what you were doing, okay? Bring that whip back, make some energy. If they get in the way of it, that's their own fault, okay? Let's try again. She should know already to stay out of visual energy. Good. Stay an arm's length away. Finish it. Oh, that's nice, but stop the forward. Good. I'm going to bring her around so that you can see what's happening over here. Good. Again, arm's length away. Visual energy. Now I'm going to make more. I raised that pressure, made some sound in the air to keep her over here because we don't want her moving forward. Okay, I'm going to add a pop to the halter because I want her to really understand. Let's move her over. Good. That it's not forward here. That was a very thoughtful change. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Okay, arm's length away. I changed my rope and my whip hand. One step towards her haunch. Good. And she corrected herself. Good job. She started forward and then she changed her mind. I love to see that. This is where you start to see them changing their own behavior and taking responsibility for it. That's so good. One step towards and then visual pressure. I'm going to walk with her. And release when we see that change. Good girl. And that's it. That looks awesome. So we had flexions in the front shoulder, right and left. Now we had flexions in the haunch from right and left. It's exactly what we want to see. She's now working with physical pressure right and left, and she's working with visual pressure right and left in those front legs and in the back legs. This gives us a ton of flexibility of moving her around in the future when we go to train her to do different movements. Now that we have access to those areas of her body, we can start putting them together to understand the movements that we will be teaching her very soon.